right time to sit here. When special presentation is coming. Kyle, you ready to go? Good evening. This meeting of the Essex County Board of County Commissioners is hereby called to order. This meeting is being live streamed in addition to taking place in person. Madam Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Cooper?
Here.
Commissioner Gill? Absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Here.
Commissioner Mercado? Absent. Commissioner Richardson? Absent. Commissioner Siebold?
Here.
Commissioner Sermons? Absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Present.
Commissioner President Pomaris?
Here. Please stand for the salute to the flag. I'm going to ask Commissioner Cooper to lead us in the salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And please just stand for a moment of silence in honor of those who lost this last time we came together. Thank you. I have before me certification from the Deputy Clerk that this meeting is in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. So we're going to move to the approval of transcripts. Madam Deputy Clerk, do we have any?
No, Mr. President, we do not.
Okay, we'll move on. Do we have any topics of discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, we have a presentation by Dr. P. Scarpelli, Essex County Mental Health Administrator, who will speak on mental health services in Essex County.
Excellent. Mr. Jackson, can you introduce the presentation and its purpose for this evening?
Dr. Scarpelli, he's capable, he'll do it.
All right, thank you. Hailing from the great township of Nutley in District 5, where I have the pleasure of representing, is Commissioner of Nutley, Dr. Scarpelli. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Commissioners, thank you for inviting me today. Apropos to be here tonight during May. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm here to give a brief overview of services within the County of Essex, give you a short presentation, which will be a slideshow, and also we'll go through an overview flow sheet of how someone may go through the system of care.
Thank you, Doctor.
So the first thing we're going to talk about are screening centers. So in Essex County, we have 3 screening centers. Now, unlike some other counties, some counties have 1, some counties share 1. We're lucky in Essex County we have 3, and that is due to the population that we serve. So those are Claramas, Newark, Beth Israel, and Rutgers. And so what they do is they screen to see if the person is a danger to themselves or others. If they are, there will be, how that would work, they would do an outreach, and then if they were evaluated by 2 licensed physicians, they would then mandate a person that they could take away their rights and commit them. They could also, that would be an involuntary commitment. There is also a voluntary commitment where someone can check themselves in to one of the screening centers. In that case, if they did that, they'd have 48 hours notice and they can be released. From the screening centers, you have short-term care facilities, and we have 6 of those. We have Newark Beth Israel, Claramas Medical Center, St. Michael's Medical Center, Rutgers Behavioral Health, Carewell Hospital, which is the old East Orange Hospital, and Mountainside Hospital. And if you were committed, you'd stay in the short-term care anyway from 7 to 20 days. And at that point, you'd either be released if you were no longer a danger to yourself or others, or you'd be committed onto a long-term hospital. And that could be our own Essex County Hospital Center in Cedar Grove, or to some of the state hospitals, Greystone, Trenton State, Ann Klein, and Ancora. So in those hospitals, you would say 60 to 90 days. You would have a court hearing every so often to make sure that you would have testifying from one of the psychologists to be represented by county counsel, and to make sure that you were still committed. Once you're committed, your rights are taken away. You can't just walk out the door. So it's, when you take somebody's rights, it's a serious issue, and you need a court hearing and continued commitment. You need to go before a judge. So some of the other things that we do have in the county is boarding homes. This is a housing, boarding homes, supervisor supportive housing, shelters, and nursing homes. Now, we have a lot of boarding homes in the county, and a lot of our mentally ill, that's where they reside. And they usually go to day programs, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then you have supportive housing. Supportive housing, you could have where 24/7, where there's people watching them 24/7. They're checking for their mental health status. They're making sure they're taking their medication, making sure they're doing their ADLs, and make sure if they need to go to programming. Shelters, we try not to have too many people in the shelters, but some of our mentally ill do wind up in shelters. Not the best place to be, but some of them are in shelters. And then you have nursing homes, which is depending on someone's age and the amount of nursing care that they need. That's someplace else that they could be. Then we have some of the services that are within the county. We have integrated case management services. We have programs, and that kind of does case management for people when they're released from the hospital, follows them for 60 to 90 days. They could be with them longer. Program for assertive community treatment. That's in vitro, where people go out in the community and they have a whole team that will treat somebody. They'll have a nurse on staff, a psychiatrist, a vocational trainer, educational trainer. It's part of a whole team that we have that goes out and visits people in the community. Those are people who are the most difficult to treat. Then we have projects for assistance in transition from homelessness, which is the PATH programs. And the PATH programs, they service people who are homeless. We have a lot of homeless people out there, Penn Station, some of the other train stations, who are mentally ill, and they go out, make sure, see how they're doing, see if they get them some housing. So we have PATH programs. Then we have collaborative justice services, which kind of a transition from the jail, in and out of the jail, and they provide mental health services for those individuals. We also have some jail diversion programs, which steps in and provides mental health treatment instead of being incarcerated. So we have those programs. And then we also have some programs that are relatively new or co-responding programs in the county. We have Arrive Together, which is operated by St. Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas. They provide in a couple of towns, and Rutgers in Newark. So we have Irvington, East Orange, Bloomfield, and Newark. They have an Arrive Together program. West Orange has their own co-responding, which they hired a mental health worker, and they respond with the police to someone who's in distress. So those are new programs that go out and try to keep everybody safe, try to keep our mentally ill consumers safe, as well as keep police safe. And then we also have another new program, it's M-Court, in which we have a 988 number now, which is nationwide, but in New Jersey, if someone calls 988, if they're not a danger to themselves or others, as evaluated by the person answering the phone, they will send out a team that's 24/7 that'll go out and engage that person, make sure they're okay. If they're a danger to themselves, then they'll call screening, and screening will go out. So integrated case management is, we have two programs, two agencies that handle that. One is Mental Health Association of Essex, and the other is Mount Carmel Guild. PACT is handled by Bridgeway. PATH is also Mental Health Association and Project Live, and Collaborative Justice Services or Mental Health Association. So those are the agencies that kind of handle that. I just wanted to mention, as the mental health administrator, we're established in all 21 counties by statute, and each of our counties have a mental health advisory board, which you guys advise and consent. They're appointed by the county executive, but they all come before you at some point and to be approved. And those people are volunteers and really appreciate all the work that they put in. It's a lot of volunteer effort, and I did want to mention them before we moved on to kind of the flow chart. Those are Danielle Bargo, Bridget Faber-Palmer, Sanford Flytel, Kathleen Leventhal, Ian Miller, Robert Reed, and John Roundtree. My name's on here in case you need anything or have any questions. And also Laura Mattia. We're a two-person office. It's just the two of us, and we handle all the mental health for the county except for the hospital center. Laura handles the children's services. So she's in my office. So it's just the two of us,
And she's here today, correct?
she's here. Laura, just stand up.
You can just stand up there, Laura, so we can recognize you.
That's a presentation for another day.
Yes. Guys,
So-
next May, if you want a presentation on children's services, we can have Laura come and do that.
We'll do that. We'll make sure we don't have you travel in the same vehicle just in case. So it's the whole department in one.
Dedicated survivor. So I would like the flow chart, I don't know if that's on the
Yep.
screen, but the flow chart, I would like you to look at that because that's typically how someone would come into the system. So there'll be a 911 call, someone's acting out in the community, and screening would get called along with the police. And police and them would usually arrive together, or the police would get there first and then see the situation and call screening. And then they would either be evaluated in the community, or the police would transport them to one of the hospitals and be evaluated and see if they were a danger to themselves or others. If they were in committed status, they would then be transferred, within a couple days to one of the short-term care facilities. And those, as we mentioned before, East Orange General, Newark University, Mountainside, and St. Michael's. And there they would stay up to 30 days. And then if you go to the one part of the flow chart, if they were going to be on continued commitment status, they'd go to mid to long term. So that's the Essex County Hospitals. More mid, long term would be Greystone Psychiatric Hospital for most of our people in Essex County. If they were going to be discharged, they could be discharged to their home. They could be discharged into the community with supportive housing, boarding homes, nursing shelters, or, as I said, family. As they're discharged, you have these other management services that we talked about, integrated case management services, the PACT, and the risk programs. Those are all management services for people to make that transition back into the community, make sure they stay healthy, and then we don't have them back into the hospital. And then we also have outpatient and partial care, which we try to link people to. Those you can have. Partial care is 5 days, all day long. They're usually transported, picked up, and brought to the agency. They're given lunch. They're seen for psychiatric services. They have groups, and they have other things that happen in both the partial care and the outpatient. Outpatient's not as intensive, usually 3 days or not as long. And then we talked about PATH, but the PATH program is for the homeless. So that's a really brief overview of mental health services in the county of Essex. As far as direct care, the county offers no direct care besides the hospital center. So all of our services are within the community.
Thank you, Doctor. That was excellent overview. I wanted to open up to the commissioners. Do you have any questions? And Vice President, if you have your hand raised, you got to call out because I can't see you.
That's very true. Through you, Mr. President, I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. Is this
Yes.
good? Okay,
yes,
great.
good.
Although you look great through the whiteboard, I'm sure everything is in great place. But good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, and thank you so much for your presentation. A few things, but firstly, I just love how enmeshed these services are really into the municipalities across the county. Now more than ever, it's so important that we pay attention to mental health across the board, but certainly in its most extreme cases. And, you know, here in Essex County, we're on the front lines, you're on the front lines, your team's on the front lines. And so I want to give hats off to you. I'm proud to serve on a board where this month, and certainly we've done this in the past months of May as well, where we've officially recognized May as Mental Health Awareness Month. And so proud to, be a part of, initiating, and certainly with the support of my board colleagues of, celebrating that work. I'm wondering if you could speak to numbers-wise, roughly how many community members are served? Are you seeing an increase of members who are utilizing these services over the course of the past several years?
So numbers are hard to say within the community.
Yeah.
I can tell you from our meetings, what we are seeing are younger individuals and sicker individuals.
You said sicker?
Sicker.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
More severe and persistent mentally ill in younger people. So people in their 20s. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, those people were, in 40s, 50s. We're seeing a much younger population. Even seeing it in the children, we have people, if you can believe, seeking mental health services from 0 to 5.
Wow. That connects, and it's troubling to hear, certainly.
It certainly is.
As an educator and someone who's in youth development, that's extremely disturbing. My other question was connected to what you just shared, was around kind of the homelessness intervention work. I know both here at the county, certainly across our municipalities, and specifically certainly in my context in Newark, there's a lot of focus on homelessness intervention, and a lot of times there's a lot of crossover between homelessness, mental health, and of course substance abuse. I was wondering, are you seeing similar cross-pollination? And then lastly, what's the coordination like at the municipal level as well?
So most of our homeless do have at least a mental health diagnosis, if not a dual diagnosis with substance abuse. There's a lot of outreach, especially at Penn Station. We have teams that go out there daily. We have people that go out there even with primary care to help. So there is a big outreach for homelessness, and we're seeing homelessness not only in Penn Station but throughout the county, especially in our train stations. It's a place that's a shelter, some place where people feel comfortable, that they could be at night, feel a little safe. But yes, we have a lot of that.
I think I saw one of my Councilman Silva. Is that you in the back? Hi, good to see you, Councilman. One of the things that we know here in Newark is that part of the reason why some of our homelessness rates are so high is because Newark actually offers a lot of services. Essex County offers a lot of services. And so we get a lot of people who aren't even from Newark, in some cases not even from Essex, who are coming to Newark or coming to our county because of the services that are provided. And of course, to your point, these are intersectional issues. A lot of our homelessness population also has issues across substance, mental health, et cetera.
Most shelters where we do have some of our homelessness, they have to be out during the day, so they're on the street.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vice President. Commissioner Cooper.
First, I want to thank the President and the Board for indulging my request with having Dr. Scarpelli and the committee come. I know I've gotten, in recent weeks, a lot of questions around mental health services programs that's available, so thank you so much, Dr. Scarpelli and your entire committee for serving on the board and for this wonderful presentation. Mr. President, I'm going to ask if we can connect some of the resources that we got here today on our website, so at least as people watch, they can go to our website, and then whatever we can connect to the administration's website so that people can easily, more readily available, get this information. Question, the 988 or 998 number, did you say that that was a nationwide number?
Yes.
All right, and people can call that 24 hours a day?
24/7.
So they call if they see that their loved ones or someone's having a problem, and they'll come out and get an evaluation?
So 988 is it's a hotline. You'll get a live person. That person does an evaluation based on what they're hearing from family member, from the person who called. They will then evaluate who should go out and respond. Whether that's screening and police, or like you said, we have M-Court now, which is also in every county. And M-Court is a team that goes out there 24/7 also, but they don't feel that the person is in danger of harming themselves.
Okay.
So
That was
they-
a secondary
they can
question
act-
about the police, what's their involvement? So it's a collective team
Correct.
that goes out together.
Depending on the situation.
Okay.
I mean, we have those co-responding where the police and the social worker respond together. But, you know, social workers going out into a dangerous situation don't want to be there without police either. So the whole thing is to keep everybody safe.
Are people required to have insurance to get any of these services? Is it
No.
a sliding scale? Is it free? How does it work?
There's some sliding scale, there's some people who are treated through their insurance, through Medicaid, and there are people who don't have any way of paying. They are all serviced in the county.
Well, thank you very much for this information. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. President.
You could, anybody here, any of the commissioners, you can always call my office. Anybody you have, any constituents that you have with this, you always call my office. We're located in Cedar Grove in the hospital center, and we will certainly try to advocate, refer, whatever we need to do on behalf of your constituents or anybody that you need help with. We're here for you.
And we've had exactly that experience. We had someone who came here one time who needed help, and we referred to a doctor, and the doctor was able to get that person some very important resources at a difficult time for that person. So certainly we've seen it firsthand here at our own meetings and subsequent. Commissioners, any other questions for the doctor? Seeing none, Doctor, thank you very much for coming out here today. I as the son of a surgeon and a nurse, I know how important these services are. And I know I speak for the entire board. We appreciate what you and Laura and the entire board does. It's a small but mighty department that you run there, and the services are invaluable. So we really appreciate your work.
I appreciate being here. Mr. McInerney asked me how long ago I was sitting in one of those chairs,
Yeah.
and that's over 23 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, I was gonna
My hair
get
was
to
a lot
that.
darker, and I was a lot younger. But Mr. McInerney's still here, and Commissioner Seibold's still here. So, thank you for letting me speak tonight, and it's really a pleasure to be back here in this chambers, this beautiful chambers, I might add.
And we appreciate having you here, and we know that you served diligently during the time, as well as your diligent work in Nutley, so as commissioner over there. So continue the good work, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, just give us a moment here. We appreciate your good work there, everyone. We're gonna move our tech here so we can have better visibility. Just give us 1 second as we unplug the cords and roll it out.
Jerome, I forgot to mention you.
Thank you. That's good there, I think. I think we're gonna be fine. All right, so let's move on to public comment. Tonight's meeting is a combined conference board meeting, and we will vote on every item on the agenda. So if there's any member of the public who would like to comment on agenda items only, please come to the microphone. State your name and affiliation for the record. You have 3 minutes to speak. There will be time later in the evening for public comment on other items, so I ask you please limit your comments at this time to agenda items. Good evening. Mr. Kramer?
Good evening. Adam Kramer, West Orange, presumptive Republican nominee, Commissioner District 4. I have some questions that related to Agenda 3, related into the sign-in system that you're purchasing for our elections. My first thing that I'm a little confused about is there are so many companies that make election equipment. Why do we have only one bidder that was deemed to be responsible? Very often when you have this situation, it's a clue that there might not be a bid process that's open enough and inclusive enough of bidders to get a competitive price and the right equipment. So I studied this a little bit, went on the website, made a few calls. If you go on the website for this company, I believe it's pronounced Newark, they're most famous for uploading government IDs, state and federal, and then matching it at the time of that the voters show up at the poll. Well, that's really not how elections work in New Jersey, as we're a no ID, we don't require ID. In fact, we discourage ID, except when you're an initial voter, for voting. So I just wonder why we went with a vendor that specializes that way. My other concern, looking at the equipment and making some phone calls around in the election procurement industry, is that things have changed in the last couple of years, and we in fact really don't have so much an election day as an election season. And there are concerns that those units may not be able to maintain power and be stable long enough to go through an entire long process. So I just would like some clarification and answers on this to make sure that this county is getting the equipment that's appropriate for the way we conduct elections here in New Jersey and is at the fair and proper price for the taxpayers of the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kramer. As always, in our policy, we'll get your responses in writing. Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak on agenda items at this time? Good evening. Please just state your name and affiliation for the record.
Good evening. Roderick D. Johnson, Roderick Johnson Football. I would like to talk about item number 19, 2026 county budget insertion, item of revenue from the New Jersey Department of Treasury for the 2026 Clean Community Grant, Department of Public Works, $88,736.71. Roderick Johnson requesting Roderick Johnson Football LLC Corporation local match SBA 7A. Not open yet, seeking 365 days, 24 hours working capital, $87,600 under the Department of Economic Division of Training and Professional Service Agreement to provide professional training services for workforce development, Garden State Employment and Training Association, Inc., April 1st, 2025 through March 3rd, 2027, amount not to exceed $88,810. Securing Clean and Communities Grant, Department of Public Works, $88,736.70. City of Newark, New Jersey micro equity created at $1,242,481,318.40, securing salaries $45,900. $31.20, creating approximately 27,000 plus employment opportunities. I'd like to touch on taxpayer gross report of Treasury, 197 million plus, securing gross salaries, creating approximately 4,000 plus employment opportunities. PPP 07107, federal information, 3,574 jobs, under $23,200,129.31. Estimated part-time jobs, 6,000 plus. Estimated pay, $6,400, securing New Jersey micro equity at $6,224. PPP asset protection equity, $266. Securing Roderick D. Johnson, 58 North 11th Street, asset play sports stock, $250, creating $16.
30 seconds.
PPP equity, City of Newark, up to $5 million plus. Roderick Johnson Football not open yet. SBA 7A, contingency 14 applicants, contingency interior detailing cleaning. $100,000 credit loan program under automobiles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roderick Johnson Football not open yet.
Thank you. Is there anyone else with public comment on agenda items? Please just state your name and affiliation. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. President. Che Coulter, rising and appearing before you today. Che Coulter, Mr. President, good afternoon, evening, Commissioners. I'm here to rise today to speak on item number 5, Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs to GPS Properties for the sole responsible bidder to provide maintenance and restoration and customized and engraved painted signs in various parks throughout Essex County, 24 months from the date of award, amount not to exceed $595,640 even. Mr. President, I rise today before you to encourage you and your colleagues to provide due notice to this number 5 bullet that we have in the light of America's 250th year anniversary celebration as a republic. The Elizabeth Avenue side of the Weekway Park has the historical Dividend Hill, and that is a place of, I know your appreciation for art, that is a place of historical and statewide and even federal historical prestige to not only New Jersey, but the residents of Essex County and Union County. And we have a petition circulating throughout the community, but we would like to work in concert with open-minded commissioners like yourself who have an appreciation for art, environment, and the community to see if we can surpass the 5-vote threshold in restoring that site, possibly using some of the taxpayer dollars appropriated in agenda number 5, subject number 5, some of that $500,000 to be able to be appropriated to such a historical place. There's history there, particular to not only the New Jersey Native Indian population, but also the national Black American population. We were residents in New Jersey when New Jersey was still a British colony, and this, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, is an opportunity to highlight the greatness that New Jersey sits in the East Coast. We don't get enough visitors to Dividend Hill, and Weekway Park is so big, I think that there's opportunities to enhance it. Primarily, the work that I've seen at Weekway Park happens in other areas of the park, but that side, if you and I were to walk there, it's a beautiful portion of the park. And
30 seconds.
when we look historically at Newark, and we look historically at Essex County, we want your body to preserve some of these historical sites where not only transnational history happened, national history and statewide history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to your colleagues, and I will conclude with the fact that I appreciate each of your service. Thank you.
What I would encourage you, sir, it sounds like historical markers is kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's in rough, if Commissioner Luciano and I were to walk there, we would need weed whackers and probably a landscaping team.
So what I would do is I would leave your contact information with Adam and just send us a more specific what you're talking about and maybe some pictures to accompany, so we would have a better vision, and then when we review that, we can forward that to the administration for their consideration.
Thank you, Mr. President. Have a
Thank
good
you.
summer.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. And my name is Winifred Victor Hines, and I am the Executive Director of the Weequahic Park Association. And this is just to echo Mr. Coulter's words, because concerning Dividend Hill, we, the Weequahic Park Association, we've sent a proposal over 2 years ago on how to renovate Dividend Hill. We sent it to the Department of Recreation and Parks, and they keep stalling. And it's a wonderful proposal, and it involves art panels, and it also includes the Lenni Lenape people, but we haven't heard anything. So I don't know if you can expedite it, or if we can do something also with Mr. Coulter's group, so, just for you to take a look. And I will be happy to send you the proposal, even tonight if you would like. Okay, just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak on agenda items? Okay, Madam Deputy Clerk, let the record reflect there's no one else wishing to speak at this time. on agenda items. So let's move on to orders and resolutions on introduction and first reading. Do we have any?
No, Mr. President, we do not.
Okay, do we have any ordinance on second reading and for public hearing for listening purposes only?
No, we do not.
Okay, so let's move on to ordinance on second reading and hearing. Do we have any ordinance resolutions on second reading and public hearing?
No, Mr. President, we do not.
Okay, seeing none, let's move on to resolutions number 1 and 2, which are advising consent nominations to various advisory boards. It can be read into the record at a later time. Mr. Jackson, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board. We have two outstanding nominations for this evening. The first is Mr. Wilbur Blakely to the Commission on Aging Advisory Board.
Good evening, sir. Please just come to the microphone, state your name and affiliation, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Wilbur Blakely. I've been sitting in on some meetings with the Senior Advisory Council. I was born in the city of Newark 82 years ago, educated in the city of East Orange, and got my college degree in Chicago, Illinois, applied behavioral sciences. I retired from the Division of Youth and Family Services in 2013, and I think I'm well qualified to work on the Senior Advisory Board because I have some on-the-job training since I turned 65 years old. I look forward to having the opportunity to serve the senior community in Essex County.
Thank you, Mr. Blakely. We appreciate your willingness to serve. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments for Mr. Blakely?
Thank you for your service. Pardon me.
Thank you for your
Vice
service.
President?
Yes.
Commissioner Cooper?
Thank you
I
for
think
your
we're all-
service,
I
yeah.
think we're all in agreement. We are appreciative of your service.
Yes.
Shout out to Newark. In 82 where? I'm like, hold on. It's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, and who we have next, Mr.
Next
Jackson?
nominee is Mr. Jonathan Ciabra to the Essex County Utilities Authority.
Good evening. Please just state your name and affiliation for the record. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good evening, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, and Commissioners of the Board. My name is Jonathan T. Ciabra, lifelong resident of Essex County, product of the Newark Public School System. I stand before you here today for the nomination for the appointment to the Board of Essex County Utilities Authority. I've been a lifelong resident of Newark. I've been actively involved, civically involved. I have dabbled a little bit in the federal government level with some experience down in D.C. Under the Obama administration, and then I returned back to the city of Newark. I have over 10 years of compliance regulatory experience in investment banking, and in most recent times I've stepped away from that and I've focused predominantly working with my family.
Excellent.
Marketplace.
Well, we appreciate your willingness to serve. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Commissioner Vice President?
Yeah, similarly, thank you for your service. It's great to see you.
Likewise,
And
likewise.
echoing everything that you've shared, you, your family, and certainly just my knowledge and relationship with you just affirms everything that you said. And so what a gift you'll be to the Utilities Board and bringing all that expertise home, always, well, rather keeping it home because you never left, feels very good and fitting at this time. So
Thank you very much.
congratulations in
I appreciate
advance.
that from the heart. Thank you.
Mr. President, I'd like to say something.
Please, Commissioner Siebel.
I think we have two wonderful people who are willing to give up their time to help Essex County. And I want to applaud the administration for finding such great people to help us.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I agree.
Commissioner Cooper concurs. I think we all do. So thank you, sir, for your willingness to serve. If you keep up the good work, we'll double your pay next year.
Thank you very much. Pleasure's all mine. Have a good evening. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Madam Deputy Clerk, let me let the record reflect Commissioner Richardson has joined us. All right, Commissioners, do I have someone to move?
Motion.
Moved by Commissioner Cooper. Do I have a second? Second by Vice President. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, for number 1 and 2.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebel?
Yes,
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmaris.
Yes.
So moved.
Okay, let's move on to Resolution 3, which is from the Commissioner of Registration, Superintendent of Elections. It will be read into the record at a later time. Good evening, Spango.
Good evening, Commissioner President and Commissioners. My name is Patricia Spango. I'm the Superintendent of Elections, Commissioner of Registration for Essex County. I'm here tonight to ask you to approve a contract with Knowing, which is our electronic poll pad company, for support and maintenance of our poll pads. Essex County has been using Knowing since 2021, when it was mandated by the state that we all have to go to electronic poll pads, and we have been extremely happy with their services. As far as support, as far as programming, availability, I can honestly tell you that I have no complaints with them. I do have here tonight with me, I have Corey Wagner, who is the Senior Account Manager for Knowing, should any of you have any questions.
Okay, why don't we just have Mr. Wagner introduce himself and tell us a little bit about the kind of work he would be doing.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here tonight. A couple of things that we do.
Please just state your name. I know we.
Oh, sorry. My name is Corey Wagner.
Thank you.
I am the Senior Account Manager for Knowing. So, for a little bit of the support that we provide for Essex County, number one is we do help with building and programming each and every single election across the year. We also provide stable support for each election, whether that is on-site for Election Day, on-site for early voting, as well as we help with programming, assisting, and loading all of the devices prior to each and every election. So this is just how we maintain, making sure that from top to bottom, every single device, every single election, and everything that goes into the year is fully up to date and fully programmed and ready to go.
Thank you. Have you had any widespread catastrophic failures in the equipment in campaign season as it is now?
No, not at all.
Thank you. Mr. Nunio, do you have any questions?
No.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
Through you,
Commissioner
Mr.
Vice President?
Yeah, through you. Just in light of the myriad of elections we've had over the past several months, from special elections to school board to congressional, of course, we've got the primary coming up. Just wanted to commend both of you, you certainly as the vendor, but then certainly our superintendent of elections, the entire staff, leadership, our board of elections for the enormous work that it takes to make these elections work and make them work smoothly. Early voting is in action right now, and so we've got one right here in the county complex, and so we know this is a massive undertaking for it to look as seamless as it actually does on election day for voters. So hats off to each of you, and certainly all the teams and folks attached to you to make sure our people are able to utilize their constitutional rights, which are to vote in our democracy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Cooper?
Thank you. How long have you guys been participating, helping us with our elections here now?
It would be since, I believe, the general election of 2021.
Any issues? I don't recall really any issues that you guys have had, that we've had really.
No, I would say that everything's been going pretty seamlessly since 2021. So,
Director, I do have one quick question. Who's responsible for providing the stylus that we use when we do go to vote? Do we have to buy that, or does the vendor provide the stylus?
The stylus to sign the poll pad?
Yes, yes.
Knowing supplies that. It comes
So
with the
my
equipment.
request would be, can you provide more? Because when people use them, they walk out the door with them.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, and at the last time, early voting, we got so many more people out, and people, they were struggling, and people were going out, I guess they liked them that much.
Well, they
People were
happen
going
to
out
be
the door
very
with them.
nice.
Yeah, and they were trying to, they were trying to sanitize them, and they couldn't keep up. I mean, it was great to see that people out there, but whatever we need to do, that would be my only ask, is if we could provide more stylists.
What we did do during COVID, when we went through those 2-3 years, we did have a disposable one, nothing like what we have from Knowing. But in a perfect world where you would want the poll workers to keep, but sometimes they're so inundated that it doesn't happen. So we can look into that.
Yeah, if we can add some more. So that would be it. Other than that, everything was great. I do early voting. I love it. It's a long line, but that was the holdup, the stylist thing.
I'm actually working right now because we have early voting until 8
God
o'clock
bless you.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Commissioner Cooper, would you like to move it?
Motion, yes.
Can I have a second, please? Second. Second by Richardson. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, for number 3.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Pomaris?
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Pangu, Mr. Wagner. Have a good
Thank you
evening.
so much, everyone.
Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
Let's move on to resolutions 4 through 6 and added starting number 34, which is from the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. That will be read into the record at a time. Good evening, Mr. Zates.
Good evening, Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. Number 4 is a contract award to GSP Properties, the lowest responsive and responsive bidder, to provide masonry work 2 years from the date of award, not to exceed $733,290. This is for any masonry work throughout the park system. The not to exceed amount also includes $240,000 in materials. Number 5, contract award to GSP Properties, sole responsive bidder, to provide maintenance and restoration of customized and engraved painted signs. 24-month contract, not to exceed $595,640. This is for those decorative wooden signs you see throughout the park system. There's approximately 100 throughout the system, and this would be to repair or replace them. Number 6, a contract award to Preferred Outdoor Experience. DBA Geese Control, provide Canadian Geese Control date of award through October 2026, and then March 15th of next year through October 31st of next year, amount not to exceed $85,062.50. This is for specifically Verona Park, Grover Cleveland Park, Monty Irvin Orange Park, Branchbrook Park, and Yarnacaw Park. They use a combination of border collies and egg addling to help control the geese population. And finally, number 34 is a contract change order with Russell Reed Waste Hauling Disposal Services for the rental of portable sanitation units, adding an amount not to exceed $92,437.80. The original contract was $462,189. Again, we're requesting to add $92,437.80, making the total $555,626.80. Again, this is for the portable sanitation units throughout the park system. Happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Thank you. Mr. Argnano, any questions?
None. Thank
Mr. McInerney?
Yeah, can you say it again? I missed it. Why, on number 14, the reason for the amendment?
Yeah, sure. So it was for additional porta potties that we use throughout the park system for various events or what have you. The original contract was $462,189. The 20% is additional $92,437.80, making the new total $555,626.80.
How much of that have you spent so far?
I would have to get back to you. I'm not sure.
Okay, if you could, thanks.
Mr. President?
Go ahead, Commissioner Siebel.
Thank you. Josh, the signs all over Essex are absolutely wonderful. And compared to what they were when I first became a freeholder, is unbelievable. And I'm happy that you're continuing with such great signs.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, any questions? Commissioner Vice President?
Through you, Mr. President, a comment and a question. The comment is in regards to actually some of the public comments related to this item, and I just wanted to lift that up because Dividend Hill has definitely been something that residents have been lifting up for some time now, and I've been in conversation with the administration to really look and see what the opportunities are there for restoration of that historic site. I remember honestly getting my first super soaker from Dividend Hill when I was like 11 years old, because I lived on Sheer up the street and we would ride our bike down there. And then my friends were like, have you ever been up to the hill? And I was like, no, I've never been. And so we go up the hill and there was like this abandoned super soaker that was there. But all this to say, again, it's that entire park is a place that's sacred, not just for kids like me growing up in the neighborhood, but for the indigenous community here, for the African American community here. And what we know is that both maintenance and frankly, even public safety questions have arrived and have been there for quite some time. And so I've been in conversation with the administration about what some of the remedies are. It's my understanding that prior to my arrival on the board, there was actually a study done to really look into how much it would cost, what it would take for restoration. And so one of my charges coming into this summer is to actually host a convening here at the county where we look at that study, we look at the proposal that was even shared during the community hearing, listen to some of the voices that are coming from communities directly and see what are our options, how can we chart a path forward that honors the history of Dividend Hill, but that also fits within the kind of the needs, the scope, and the fiscal capacity of the county at this time. And so just wanted to lift that up because that did come up related to item 5 during public hearing. But I do have a question connected to the resolution itself. I was looking at the proposal page and I was struck by how much the signage actually costs, right? I'm looking at, the unit cost for a double post single face sign being $4,970. And so in the aggregate, when you combine that, that's 40 different signs, ends up being close to $200,000, right? And so again, these things that look simple are actually really expensive and, add up. I was wondering, particularly in light of the tariffs and the increase in cost for pretty much everything right now, to produce things like our signs and the paint that goes into them, the wood, for some of the new track that we have around Weequahic Park. We've got new signage too around Weequahic Park that looks really, really good and it's helpful for folks. Have we seen an increase in the cost of production in light of some of the kind of global national economic crisis? And if so, how has that been shaping, our capacity as a county?
Sure. Joshua Zates, Essex County Parks. Through you, Mr. President, to speak specifically about the signs, this was recently bid, and this was the only bidder who responded. I would have to compare it to, it was the same vendor who had the previous bids. I don't have that in front of me, so I'm not sure how much the unit prices went up, but as you suspect with everything, in this day and age, everything has increased, but specifically, I just can't answer that right now.
No problem. And one smaller question, because I know this one is the customized engraved, and you mentioned those are the wooden ones. Now, the ones that I see around the track and Weequahic, there's a few different types, but like the newer ones are metal, and I want to say maybe it's plastic up there, but it looks like it's a metal. Are those slightly less expensive to produce?
So these signs specifically are usually at the entrance points of all the parks. That's not to say that I believe at some of the dog parks we might have some single post signs, but historically it's throughout the entrances. The signs you mentioned are probably metal. Those are probably done actually in-house and not through this contract.
Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Cooper?
Thank you. Josh, how many signs do you envision doing under this contract? Like, have you already targeted the number of signs that you want to address?
Sure. Through you, Mr. President. So there's approximately 100 signs throughout the park system, and these are for repairs and as-needed basis. So when we go out and inspect it, if we do see that the sign needs repair, then we would replace it at that time. Specifically, offhand, I don't know if there's a specific target amount that we need to replace, but it will be part of our usual maintenance inspection to see what does need to be replaced.
So you haven't done an assessment yet? You're
Correct.
Gonna go, okay, so you're going to go through and determine what you need, and you're going to replace it in kind like the way it is now, or are you planning on changing the design?
No, it would be identical to what it is now. Now, some of them, hopefully we don't have to replace any, but some of them, you might need to replace some of the wood, you might need to do some repainting. But like I said, we would inspect it and make that determination.
And when you repair it and replace it, what's the useful life that we typically get out of it? Is it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Because this is a lot of money for signs.
It really depends on where the sign's placed and the weather elements, and then high use. Unfortunately, some of the signs, there is some vandalism. So it really depends on what park it's in and where it's placed. But I think anywhere between 8 to 15 years, again, depending on the placement, should be pretty accurate.
Once we get it repaired by these people, do we go out and like maintain it? Like, I've learned from my husband as a woodworker that he got to go put some more poly on it to make it work. Like, do we have to go out and do something like that, or whatever we do, that's what it is, and when it's done, it's done?
So I would say about 90 to 95%, whatever they do is done, but there might be, like 5 to 10% that we do have to go out and, put a little more lacquer on or what have you.
I have other questions for item number 34. Are the porta potties open the entire time that the park is open? Like, do we go around and lock them up, or do they stay open?
Again, it depends on the location. If it's near more of a, how do I say this, a high access point where there could theoretically be sheriff's officers driving by, they would tend to remain unlocked. But if they're more like in the reservation, kind of hidden away from the public, those would be locked just because of safety concerns.
I want to take an opportunity to commend the administration. I was recently at Vailsburg Park, and I hadn't been there since you guys did all the renovations. Beautiful park. The improvements that you guys did there, absolutely beautiful. I have an ask. You guys had a sign outside the bathroom building with the bathroom hours posted, and then you also had porta potties. I want to ask if you guys can review all of the buildings, because I often get complaints from Orange Park that the bathrooms are locked. You had a cute sign out there telling people what the bathroom hours are. I haven't been to Orange Park in a while. I just want to ensure that we've posted a cute sign like that. And the other parks, clearly communicating what the hours are. Like, my kids won't use a porta potty. No matter how hard I've tried to get them to do it, they just won't do it.
My wife's the exact same way.
Yeah, so if we can make sure, I will be in Orange Park this weekend. I'll look. If you want, I can email you the sign, but it's a really nice sign. That's just my ask, but thank you, that's it.
Thank you. Commissioners, any other questions or comments? Someone to move 46 and 34?
Motion.
I'll move it.
I was gonna say Seabold probably.
Seabold move it, second by Cooper. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Siebel.
Yes.
Commissioner Richardson.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Luciano.
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Cooper.
Yes.
Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas.
Yes.
Commissioner President Pomeroy.
Yes.
So moved.
Okay, let's move on to Resolution 7, which is from the Department of Public Works. We'll also take Resolution 18 and 19, which are 2026 budget insertions that will be read into the record at a later time. Good evening, Mr. Antonio.
Good evening, David Antonio, Department of Public Works. Item number 7 is an award of a 5-year contract to ABM Industry Group to provide janitorial cleaning services at various county buildings in an amount not to exceed $14,001,629. This contract includes cleaning all interior floor spaces, exterior building perimeters, parking areas, plus providing on-site cleaning equipment and supplies at 18 county facilities. ABM Industry submitted the highest rated of the 10 proposals received by the county, and Mr. Anthony DeVirgilis of ABM Industry is here this evening to introduce his company and answer any questions the board may have. Anthony.
Thank you. Please just state your name and affiliation and tell us about the contract in your company.
Anthony DeVirgilis, good evening, ABM Facility Services. So I'd like to thank everyone for the opportunity to again continue to serve County of Essex. ABM was founded in 1909. Can everyone hear me? And continues to serve, and we serve delivering high-quality facility services with a strong commitment to our clients, employees, and communities in the area. We are proud to partner with County of Essex for the past 15 years, and we value the trust and relationship we built over time. ABM is a union operating company and we maintain a strong collaboration relationship with 32BJ, which helps us ensure stable, well-maintained, well-trained, and professional workforce. All of our current employees assigned to this site or these locations live right here in Essex County, and overall, ABM employs 483 residents of Essex County. We are proud to invest our local workforce and look forward to continuing to serve the County of Essex. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Agnani, any questions for the vendor?
No, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney, any questions for the
Yeah,
vendor?
this is a 5-year contract?
Mr. Antonio?
David Antonio, Department of Public Works, yes, it's a 5-year contract.
And what is that, how does it qualify as a 5-year contract?
No, it's a competitive contract. It's a CC, yeah.
Again?
Right.
Hi, again.
Commissioners,
Could
any
you
questions
take
for the
these
vendor?
braces off my, because I can't be in the
All
bathroom.
right.
It's gonna be-
Commissioners, any questions for the vendor? Commissioner Cooper, and then Commissioner Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Probably, this would be to the administration as well as to the vendor. I'm thinking about last year when I think it was the incinerator authority was before us, when we had the community groups come before us talking about their concerns related to the trash and the things that the burning and the recycling. Do you separate out the trash when you collect it, or does it just all go into? And is there a requirement in the contract to separate out the trash?
David Antonio, Department of Public Works. I do know that trash is separated based on recyclable versus general refuse, if that answers your question.
Yes and no. So he collects it here from the 18 different locations, and then he takes it down to wherever our depository is, and then our vendors come and pick it up?
That is, through you, Mr. President, that is correct. ABM's responsibility ends with depositing garbage or recyclables at those particular containers.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
And
Okay.
different vendors would do the lifting of those containers and tip them off at downtown, on the Rimas Avenue.
All right, perfect. Thank you. That's what I want to know.
Okay. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes, I just want to commend the vendor for employing, you said 400 Essex County residents?
Yes, sir, Anthony DeVirgilis, ABM, yes,
That
483.
is commendable, and that they're good union career jobs and not just, something fly-by-night. So I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Vice President?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. My question was actually similar. I wanted to know what union some of the staff who are part of this contract are associated with, and I also wanted to thank Mr. Antonio for all of his assistance, particularly as it relates to assisting the municipality of Irvington around some of their kind of questions around parking and signage. At some point, I'd love to know where that stands. I know you guys were meeting and figuring out, I think, I forget if it's a municipal or kind of county next step, but appreciative of all your support there. But yeah, if you could speak to, the union association, if possible. 32 BJ, that's what I assumed. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm sorry, is there a question?
32 BJ.
Yeah, I thought it was 32 BJ, but I wasn't
I'm
sure.
sorry. Yeah, so we work with 32 BJ.
Great.
Here in Essex County.
Great.
All our employees are all 32 BJ.
Great.
And we work with them on a regular basis, so we have good
Excellent.
I was actually with a few of them earlier today. So anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Antonio, are you handling also 18 and 19?
David Antonio, Department of Public Works. Item number 18 is an insertion of revenue from the NJDEP in the amount of $210,000. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection authorizes stormwater discharges associated with highways and roadway systems when they're maintained by public agencies like the County of Essex through a special permit called the MS4 permit. The NJDEP has made funding available to counties like ours to complete the latest NJDEP required permit regulations, which includes 1, a Green Streets project plan, and 2, mapping all the county stormwater facilities. That is item number 18. And on number 19 is another insertion of revenue. This comes from the state of New Jersey's Clean Communities Grant in the amount of $88,736.71. These funds are used by the Division of Roads and Bridges for the picking up of litter and debris along county roadways. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Antonio. Mr. Anyan, any questions on these two budget insertions, 18 and 19?
None, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions.
Commissioners, any questions on 18 and 19?
Motion.
Seeing none,
Second.
I need a motion to move 7, 18, and 19, just for the record to be clear. So we have Cooper on the move, second by Richardson. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmaris?
Yes.
So moved.
Let's move on to number
Thank you.
8, which is from the Office of the Executive Office of Public Information. Will be read to the record at a later time.
Mr. President, this is a contract with Last Essex Associates, Inc., in the amount of $202,152. All of this amount, except for $50,000, is for services, and there's a $50K allowance for redesign if needed.
Thank you. Mr. Anyan, any questions?
No, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions.
Commissioners? Someone to move number 8?
Motion.
Moved by Cooper, second by Vice President. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebold? Commissioner Siebold?
Sorry, yes.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmaris?
Yes.
So moved.
Let's move on to Resolution 9, which is from the Office of Small Business Development. It will be read into the record at a later time. Mr. Jackson?
Yes, this is a contract with the Office of Small Business Development with Dwayne Warren Esquire as an advisor to that office from February 1st, 2026 through September 30th, 2026, an amount not to exceed $48,000. Mr. Warren will be and has been providing assistance to the office to identify MBE, WBE, VBE, and LBE community businesses for our county contracts and developing and working with them to develop more robust reporting mechanisms and analytics to assess how we're doing in terms of developing minority business. And again, it's a contract from February 1, 2026 through September 30th, 2026.
Thank you. Mr. Young, any questions?
No, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
Move it.
Moved by Richardson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice President. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, for number 9.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmaris?
Yes.
So moved.
Let's move on to Resolution 10, which is from the Office of the Surrogate. Will be read into the record at a later time.
This is a contract with Bluestone Software Maintenance that provides support and maintenance for the Office of the Surrogate. In an amount, this is a 24-month contract extension, not to exceed $64,370.
Mr. Aguilar, any questions?
No, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney? Commissioners? Seeing none, someone to move it?
Move.
Moved by Luciano, second.
Second.
Second by Richardson. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, for number 10.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmaris?
Yes.
So moved.
Resolution 11 is from the Division Hospital Center. Will be read into the record at a later time. Mr. Jackson?
Yes, this is a contract with the 3 lowest responsive and responsible bidders to provide for language interpretation and translation services July 15, 2026 through July 14, 2028, and an aggregate amount not to exceed $375,000. The entities are ESL and TOEFL Associates. Indus Translation Services, and the Center for Professional Advancement. They provide telephone, video, and on-site translation.
Mr. Anyanwu, any questions?
No, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney?
No question.
Commissioners? Seeing none, someone to move it?
Move it.
Moved by Richardson. Second by Luciano. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, for number 11.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmeris?
Yes.
So moved.
Let's move to resolutions 12 through 14, which are from the Office of County Council. It will be read into the record at a later time.
Mr. St. John.
Thank you. Jerome St. John, County Council. 12, 13, and 14 are all requests from this board to increase the amount set aside to fund these various litigation matters. They're proceeding to, at this point in time, we're not settling these matters. We're proceeding to get prepared for trial.
Thank you. Mr. Anyanwu, any questions on these?
None, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions on this.
Commissioners, any questions? Seeing none, someone to move them?
I'll move them.
Moved by Seabold, second. Second by Vice President. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, for 12, 13, and 14.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmeris?
Yes.
So moved.
Moving on to resolutions 15 through 17, which are 2026 county budget insertions of items of revenue from various sources. They will be read into the record at a later time. Mr. Jackson?
Yes, Mr. President. This is a budget insertion in the amount of $146,718 from the New Jersey Department of Human Services to our Division of Community Health. This provides for support for administrative services for the PASP program that's provided by the state, but our office provides administrative and oversight for the services that are provided. Item 16 is from the New Jersey Division of Elections to our Office of the County Clerk in the amount of $374,527.02. This is reimbursement for expenses incurred for the Congressional District 11 Special General Election on April 16, 2026. Item 17 is from the National Opioid Settlement Fund to our Essex County Department of Community Health in the amount of $47,801.03. This is part of that, the national settlement, and our total collection now is $2.9 million.
Thank you. Mr. Anyanwu, any questions on these budget insertions?
None, Mr. President.
Mr. McInerney?
No questions.
Commissioners, any questions on these? Seeing none, someone to move it?
Motion.
Moved by Cooper. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Richardson. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, 15, 16, and 17.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmeris?
Yes.
So moved.
Resolutions 20 through 33 are in memoriams, commendations, proclamation resolutions, and can be read into the record at a later time. Commissioners, any questions on these? If none, someone to move it?
Motion.
Moved by Richardson, second by Cooper. Roll call, Madam Deputy Clerk, 20 to 33.
Commissioner Cooper?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill, absent. Commissioner Luciano?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercado, absent. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Siebold?
Yes.
Commissioner Sermons, absent. Commissioner Vice President Murray Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner President Palmeris?
Yes.
So moved.
Let's move on to the report of board committees. Do we have any? I don't think we've had any committee meetings since the last meeting. Do we have any legislative reports, Madam Deputy Clerk?
No, we did not.
Any written communications? Seeing none. Written communications, unfinished business? New business? Then let's move on to public comment. If there's any member of the public who would like to comment on any matter, please come to the microphone, state your name and affiliation for the record. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Good evening.
Good evening. Is this on? Good
Yeah.
evening. Hi, my name is Carmel Lockman. I'm from Montclair, and thank you all for your service. This is my first time coming to a county meeting. I got my ballot for the upcoming election, and I see, Mr. Pomeros, you are running unopposed for my district. I have been active in Montclair politics, civic life, both sitting on boards and on the council for Montclair. And quite frankly, I've never laid eyes on you. So I don't know how you find out what your constituents are interested in, what they want you to do. How do you report back to the town of Montclair on the $47 million that we paid to the county? It's like a black hole, and without getting any information. So out of respect, but curiosity, I'm genuinely interested in how you find out what your constituents are interested in and what they want you to do. And if you could comment on that.
Thank you.
Adam Kramer, Republican nominee, Commissioner, District 4, or presumptive nominee. I'm here to say that I respect and admire the public service that this body does, but I have some respectful differences, particularly in the way recent things have been handled related to the intersection of the county and the federal government relative to immigration. And I'd like to provide my calm perspective, and hopefully this body can help, because the way things are going right now in front of the Delaney Hall with the chaos is just not the right way that disagreement should be settled. My perspective is that simply coming into the United States without the proper authorizations is grounds for ICE to remove you. If you come into the United States without it, you've done two things. One, you jumped the line of literally millions of people who are sitting at consulates and embassies around the world waiting to come here the right way. Two, you've completely avoided the vetting process. I had 4 friends who died September 11th, almost 25 years ago, and that was in part because we were not careful about letting people in to the nation who may have had nefarious purposes. So that's a big issue. Most of the people in ICE detention at Delaney Hall are really some, for lack of a better word, bad dudes with issues like murder, armed robbery, rape, pedophilia. I think that there has to be some cooperation between counties, municipal, and the state, and ICE. Yes, I don't want to see any abuses of our civil liberties. Yes, I don't want to see people rounded up or abused in custody. That's not how our country should work. But we have to have reasonable cooperation between the various levels of government so that we can have public safety. And I want this body to hear that perspective, and also I want this body to show leadership so some of the rhetoric can be toned down so we don't have this really divisive and ugly events happen as it's happening in the past few days and currently in front of Delaney Hall. I thank this body and I appreciate you letting me speak.
Thank you, Mr. Kramer. Is there anyone else wishing to speak at this time?
Good evening once again, Roderick D. Johnson. I just have a question pertaining to item number 15. I have backup documentation on hand. Is there any possibility for a local match there? I'm just trying.
We'd have to get back to you in writing, sir.
Excuse me?
We're happy to get back to you in writing if we'd look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, county commissioners and respected individuals here today. My name is Tiffany Salas. I am a cultural strategist globally. I'm a Newark native, and this board was beautiful enough to recognize my work in 2025 for my work at the Paris Olympics and structuring it to include community individuals here in the city of Newark. I want to first sincerely thank you all for listening tonight. This is going to be really brief. I planned something called FIFA Freak, and that was supposed to launch on June 19th of this year. On Juneteenth, specifically because it would have been the first Afro diaspora club zone for North America during a global sporting event. As we all know, World Cup season is rightly upon us, and I wanted to make sure that we did not forget our businesses that are a general population here in Essex County, and those who would be forgotten during this time based on, overall big business model narrative, and also because those folks don't know the folks here on the ground. So FIFA Freak, Football Innovation, Future of Africa and its Diaspora, I wanted it to highlight all of these folks here in greater Newark and Essex County, in which I engaged over 80 businesses over the course of 2 years, because I did know that FIFA was coming before they made the global announcement because of my work at the Olympics and as an Olympic delegate. I did pitch at a municipal level and multiple municipalities, and I just wanted to state for the record that that feat had been canceled, and it is now being restructured as not an activation, but as business forums, so that we can still highlight those businesses of the Afro-diasporic population. I also wanted to put this on record that my proprietary information is owned by Shafani Brands Unlimited, which is my company that's been instated here in Essex County for the last decade. And I just wanted to just let everyone know that FIFA Freak was here for the population, but unfortunately, due to other structural developments and funding, we were not able to have that happen. I do ask the county support for our forum so that we do not forget the population here of the African diaspora, and that includes the Caribbean population, as well as there are Africans all over the globe in each continent. So I did want to highlight that here today, and if there is any possibility for support, I welcome it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak at this time?
Hello again. My name is Winifred Victor Hines, but this time I'm switching hats and putting on my concerned citizen hat. And hopefully you're aware of all the ICE protests going on. And as Mr. Kramer was speaking, I didn't agree with everything he said, but I do agree that people who enter without proper documentation must face consequences, and that is not in question, but consequences must be carried out with dignity, with humanity, and with respect for the legal rights that every person is entitled to under the U.S. Constitution, regardless of their immigration status. And there's a fundamental difference between enforcing the law and violating basic human rights. And I believe that cases must be processed swiftly and decisively so that people are not languishing in detention for months or years waiting for a decision. That is better for detainees, better for taxpayers, and better for our community. And some of you were there at the ICE protest, and you didn't witness this woman, Norman Bowe, who was a nurse, and she was aiding somebody else that ICE had taken off the poor woman's shirt. And then ICE picked her up by her shirt and threw her on the sidewalk. Now, if you've never heard someone's jaw hitting the sidewalk, okay, let me tell you, it's horrific. And so I posted it on Facebook, she posted it on Facebook and told her story. So if you can find her, Norma Bowe, B-O-W-E, please find her story. And I'm asking for this board to take 4 specific actions, and it's a concise list, nothing extensive, because I haven't spoken to anyone, I'm not a legal expert or anything, but 1, to review and, if necessary, terminate all Essex County contracts with this GEO Group and any entity operating the Newark facility. Pass a resolution calling for independent, unannounced inspections of the facility to verify that detainees' human and legal rights are being respected.
30 seconds.
Establish a county-funded legal aid fund so that detainees have access to legal representation, because fair and swift processing is impossible without it. And lastly, write formal letters to our congressional delegation demanding federal oversight, investigation of detention conditions, and a mandate for expedited case processing. Now, this is not about being soft on immigration law. It is about who we are as a county.
Time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Madam Deputy Clerk, let the record reflect there's no one else wishing to speak at this time. So we're on a commissioner comment sessions. Commissioners, anything? Commissioner Richardson?
Yes, I agree with everything Ms. Hines just said. There was a big protest, or some elected officials, a senator, some Congress folks, I think the mayor, some commissioners may have been there, the governor, and they wouldn't even let the governor in to inspect the facility to see the treatment of the detainees in Delaney Hall. And I beg to differ with Mr. Kramer in terms of the vast majority of people in detention are not
Absolutely.
murderers,
Absolutely.
pedophiles, and the like. I happened to go there last night, and they let 3 people out to their families. And I'm sure they weren't pedophiles, murderers, or any of those types of things. And when you talk about tamping down the rhetoric, it needs to come from the top, and the top is the federal government, because that's really where all the negative and the divisive rhetoric is coming from. That's where it's starting. It's where it emanates. Just like the conversation, when it said that we don't want people from this S-hole countries coming here, and they're allowing certain people of a certain hue from countries to come here unabated. So the rhetoric is from the top. And it happens to be Republicans, they got the House, they got the Senate, and they have the White House. So they all seem to be in lockstep. So it's not people from the county who are responsible for the negativity. It's from the top, and it's from your own party. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Commissioner. I agree 100%. Thank you.
May I ask something, please?
Please, Commissioner Siebel.
Thank you very much. First of all, a very excellent letter was written from you, Carlos, representing all of us, and it was a great letter. And our governor has been out front against this horrible mess that we have. I'm not going to go into the details because you all know all the details, but I think we ought to somehow join with the governor so that we can protest this at a federal level of what's going on. We need to protest, and we need to stop this. It can't go on forever. This is absolutely crazy, and it's really making our country look disgusting. So I would appreciate it if we could reach out to the governor and see what we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Siebel. Agree. Commissioner Vice President?
Through you, Mr. President. A few things, and then I want to close on Delaney Hall. I do want to acknowledge that yesterday was Guyanese Independence Day. marking 66 years since the independence of Guyana, which is my father's home country, from British colonization. And so right before this meeting, we actually recognized two things. We recognized Guyanese Independence Day. We also recognize Haitian Heritage Month, which this body has been recognizing for some time now. I was proud to be one of the commissioners to introduce that resolution upon my arrival here on the board. And Haitian Flag Day was May 18th, which happens to be my birthday. So I do want to just acknowledge the committees that we had here today. The Guyanese Flag Raising Committee from the great city of Newark, and the Haitian flag raising, well, members of the Haitian community who were here, including the leader of the New Jersey Association of Haitian Pastors. And this June, we will be having what June happens to be Caribbean Heritage Month, so we'll be having a celebration where we just acknowledge all of the different Caribbean flag raising communities and organizations and individuals here in the county that have been doing excellent work. Essex County is home to one of the largest, if not the largest population of Caribbean people here in the United States outside of New York City. And so when you think about people who, like my grandmother, who first came to this country as a nurse and then ended up in law enforcement in East Orange, or folks in my family who did everything from mechanics to my dad who drove a cab, to our nurses, our doctors, our educators, every facet of our community has been touched by so many different people, not limited to, but certainly including members of the Caribbean community. And so I want to acknowledge the folks who we had here today. I also would like to acknowledge someone who just maybe a little over a month ago, I was in community with, in partnership actually with the county. His name is Tyson Haley, who is a well-known and respected American Sign Language interpreter here originally from Jersey City, but has been in Newark and in Essex for quite some time. And he was partnering with our office of a sheriff's department, as well as our prosecutor's office, to make sure that our law enforcement had training on how to work with patients who were deaf, hard of hearing. And I was at a training with him to acknowledge some of his educators who were teaching the sheriff's department and members of the prosecutor's office at the Newark Public Library just a few weeks ago. And he has transitioned, and this has been an enormous loss to the Newark community, enormous loss to the ASL community, an enormous loss to educators and librarians. He's a faithful member of the Newark Public Library, a staff member there. And so because I just had the privilege of, and we as a board gave him a commendation just a few weeks ago, and now he's transitioned, it would be remiss for me just to not acknowledge him in spirit today. A beautiful person who's also a pastor and a minister who will be missed sorely. I do have a question about FIFA that I may see if Director Jackson could give me some guidance on, and then I want to address Delaney Hall. I really appreciate Ms. Tiffany for being here and for all the work that you've done, both for the Olympics and then certainly with FIFA, and really making sure that the activations and the opportunities here socially, culturally, economically can actually benefit the people here of Essex. I know there's a lot of kind of, you mentioned proprietary, and I know that FIFA World Cup specifically has had a lot of kind of proprietary structural barriers, and just by the nature of the fact that they're a global organization and there's a lot of layers there, but some proprietary things that have gotten in the way for people who have wanted to do some work with them to actualize those services in some respects. So I know you've had to go through a lot, and so have some empathy there. But I do wonder, what is the county's current, if at all, kind of involvement in the FIFA landscape in June? I know Newark municipally has been deeply involved, but I don't know to what extent the county's involved in. So maybe at some point, Mr. Jackson, if you could speak to that. And then the last thing I'll share, which is on Delaney Hall. I really appreciate the comments from the community as well as my commissioner colleague. I gotta give the Essex County Board of Commissioners credit. We were one of the earliest Board of Commissioners out of all the 21 counties here in New Jersey to really put pen to paper and say, we stand by the detainees of ICE, many of whom are not there with due process. We worked closely with our county executive to make sure that, visitors who were denied an indoor waiting room and had to stand outside in torrential rain pour. I saw a girl, 13 years old, who, because she couldn't, they didn't tell her what the, clothes policy was, have to take off her clothes outside to go visit her dad in a parking lot just a few months ago. But because we've done things like use the tent, or rather use the parking lot that we do own next to Delaney Hall to put up a tent so that the visitors who are denied an indoor visiting room have some dignity in being able to visit their families, protected from bad weather, able to change their clothes if they need to. I mean, the county has just really done some extraordinary work, and I want to give us some, just to recognize, rather, how important that is. And of course, the community members who've been advocating on the ground for over the past year for the county to show up for county residents who have been denied some of these basic needs. It's important to note, and Commissioner Richardson said this beautifully, that not only are a lot of the people who are detained not actually guilty of violent crime, haven't been convicted of that, but most of them have been denied the process altogether of due process to actually see if they are at fault for not only a crime, but for any type of immigration procedural infractions as well. And so I'm thinking of a mentee of mine who was detained just a few months ago, 20 years old, came here legally, had a legal visa. I think it had been overstayed by some period, and so she was in court, like literally in court, which following the legal processes to get that visa extended, and was detained in court, right? Taken away from her child, her several-month-old son, shipped from Newark, the place that she's known and grown up in, graduated from Westside High School with a 4.0, to Kentucky. Right? Her family did not know where she was for months. All this to say, and that's one of many examples of people who have been abducted, who have been denied constitutional rights. And it's important to note that in the United States of America, if you are on these grounds, you are entitled to constitutional rights. That includes documented and undocumented and mixed documented individuals and families alike. And so the rhetoric does come from the top down, but it also starts with us as neighbors, as citizens, as members of our community to be informed. I'm reminded of the poem from Martin Niemöller, who says, "First they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me." So whether or not we share the exact background, experience, or even understanding of that of our neighbor, it's important for us to speak up for them. It's important for us to make space for them. And I commend not only members of this county government and of this board, but members of our community who don't hold a position and aren't taking pictures and posting about it, but are just there, providing water and clothes and food, for standing up for people, even if their experience is different for them. I was born here. My mother and our grandparents were born here. We didn't come to this country by choice. We weren't immigrants, right? We were stolen here from Africa and brought here, first to Virginia, then to South Africa, then to South Carolina. My dad's family had the choice to come here from Guyana. But so many people are here by choice, out of necessity, and they are being treated unfairly, and we have to do something about it. So I commend those who are committed to that, including the members of this delegation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Vice President. Commissioners, anyone else? Before we close, I just want to give a few updates. I agree wholeheartedly with Delaney Hall. I think a lot has been said about it. We did put a statement about it today. It's on our website and our social media platforms, and we'll do what we can to promote ultimately the closing of that site, which, as far as I'm concerned, is operating illegally. And I'm certainly not alone in that view. At Waxahachie Park, hats off to the county executive for the extensive renovations that were done at the playground there. That's right on the border of Bloomfield and East Orange. So we had both towns represented there. It's a very accessible park for those with special needs, kids with special needs, and it's actually a bigger footprint. So it complements the spray park there now, which I'm sure will get a lot of use with the season coming up. Along with Commissioner Richardson, we joined the county executive and many of our veterans at the commemoration of Memorial Day last week. It was a lovely event here at the Staff Sergeant Oliveira Plaza at Veterans Park, named after one of our sheriff officers who paid the ultimate prize. On Monday, despite the rain, the township of Bloomfield and Glen Ridge both had parades and ceremonies, and commend them for the excellent work that they did. The wet weather did not dampen their spirits, so certainly we appreciate that there. So, is there anything else to do? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move it.
So, second, moved by Richardson, second by Luciano. All in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you, everyone.